is way worse than anger. Anger is the highest low frequency state. You still don't want to be there. You want to either be in a state of acceptance or a state of love and enlightenment. How do we do this? You guys, what leads to guilt and shame? What leads to guilt and shame? Vices. When we act out of character. When we partake in things that sabotage our health, our life, the path we're on. So what do? We have to stay on purpose. Our purpose is the gateway to staying in a high frequency state. When we align with the message from above, that voice in your chest that I said is the authentic voice of God, your conscience is the authentic voice of God. When you align with that voice, you realize real quick that conscience congruency, listening to God, turns confusion to clarity. How the fuck are you confused? What brings you into a state of guilt and shame? Did you feel great when you necked that whole pizza before bed, even though you want to lose weight? No, you didn't, you fat motherfucker. Did you feel good when you told your wife or your partner that you were going to quit drinking, but you still went out and did it? No, you didn't, motherfucker. Boredom leads to desire, leads to vices. Remember that and repeat that, motherfucker. Boredom leads to desire, leads to vices. Desire is a low frequency state. Boredom only sets in when Wes Watson is worried about Wes Watson. When Wes Watson is on his purpose, he's making videos like this for the world because he's thinking about the world. A lot of you fucking dipshit motherfuckers don't realize there's only two modes in life: building the best you and giving you to the world. So in the morning, I'm creating the best me. And all throughout the day, I'm keeping that version of me that I set in my mind during my reflection process in the morning of the man I'm going to carry out through the day. When I set that man in my mind, I carry that dude throughout my day. How do I do that? I'm teaching others, and that is reinforcing the behavior in me. So what we do is we start our morning building the best us every morning, and then the rest of the day we give that man to the world. The way you're supposed to live a lifetime is how you live each day. The same thing. Your purpose, create the man you admire, give him to the world. Your day, create the individual you admire, give him to the world. When do you get bored and seek the outside bullshit? Is when you're off your purpose. How could you ever be off purpose? Are you perfect? No, you're not even close to it. You're not even fucking close to what you're being called from within to create. We're all being called from within to create greatness. So there is no cap. We're supposed to be creating an individual that far surpasses all other individuals. Because when we carry that message from God, from above, we're supposed to be the greatest vessel carrying that message so other people below down here will follow the message. So that's why we need speakers like myself who will sacrifice all of life's supposed pleasures and joys to create an individual, to create a life, to create a process, to live with a set of standards that are aligned with universal truths and universal laws. How do we know we're aligned with universal truths and laws? There's no more shame and guilt, motherfucker. That's karmic debt. Guilt and shame, that guilt and shame loop. Karmic debt is that low frequency feeling. So when you get there, low frequency Wes, and you feel like shit because you broke character, you went out of alignment with what your conscience was calling, it's very easy just to get into a state of acceptance by saying, you know, I know what I did. It's not happening again. Fucking forgive me for my behavior and any parties that were involved. Really release that from your heart to God, to the universe, to the world, to the parties affected. Release that shit out of you. Like, think of it as vapor coming out of your chest, out of your heart, and let it the fuck go. And get into that state of acceptance. Now move directly into a state of self-love. What do you do if you love yourself? You take care of yourself. What's taking care of yourself? Go into a fucking workout. And I know you fucking idiots cringe when I say a workout. What the fuck do you think humans did since the dawn of time? They were out hunting, gathering, fucking killing, fucking all these physical endeavors that make a man, and so he can provide for his tribe, for his people. And then they came back and they conversed with their people. They connected. There was only massive physical labor and then deep connection with their tribe. So what is that? That's still peak physical performance and becoming the source of what you seek by passing on that wisdom. That's the hero's journey summed up in a day. Going out and handling business, learning, bringing back wisdom packaged for your people. If you never get into that place of where your actions are actually misaligned with your conscience, then it's just your thoughts. Now we're talking. Now the levels are graduating. Because if you never act out of character again, because your actions are solidified, well, now we just move to thought. Now you're fucking lethal because you're like, I shouldn't even have thought that about that person. Angie taught me that today. She's like, all these people that try to get to hate on you and make you feel a certain way, really wish them growth. Send them love. Send them understanding. Pray for them. Tell them, man, you really don't know what you're doing. In a world full of true fucking massive evil, this is nothing anyone should be spending their time on. Nothing. You guys, people are purposely trying to hate on others. Any fucking thing that could be miscued as hate coming from me, I offer the solution. I will solve the problem for you. Most people don't like the timeline. And most people live in the sensory world where they're so superficial, they're so delusional, they don't even realize how far they are from creating the individual that could actually become something. So most people's growth is what's hindering them. Personal development. They're not far enough along to even be willing to receive the result they want. The craziest thing is the work instills the worth. And when you directly work on an area with massive intention, the worthiness starts to grow. And that is a massive state where you start to alter your lens and see that you're completely accepting of this outcome. A lot of people don't even believe that they could ever achieve levels that I'm at. There's no fucking way. So what do? Like, they don't ever believe they can actually win at this level. So winning to them is trying to take down someone at a high level, which is the epitome of foolishness. Nobody ever wins from having any negativity or any negative act towards other people, no matter how heinous whatever the fuck they did is. You don't win that way. I didn't even wish any problems on the people that snitched on me. The people that snitched on me on my case, when I pled the fucking fifth, and when detectives read the paperwork, when detectives asked me if I knew who the victim was, and I knew who these people were, I'm like, I don't know the victim. I wasn't there. I know those guys, but I'm not involved in this case. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I didn't say anything. And then when I got busted, I really didn't ever even wish harm on them. I was just like, whatever, I'm killing it. And I was already in prison killing it because I choose to be the best every day, regardless of my situation. Other people choose to focus on shit that they'll never solve because what does that do? It's scapegoat behavior. If you focus on politics, if you focus on other people, if you focus on everything but yourself, and it's a problem that's not solvable, you actually trick your mind that you're solving problems and you're getting nowhere. So you feel like you did something that day when you got nowhere. You guys, boredom leads to desire, leads to vices. Print out that frequency chart. Think about, start with the actions that bring you down into the guilt and shame space. Then once you no longer commit those actions, think about the thoughts that put you there. And then once you've actually achieved massive control over your thoughts and you no longer even have thoughts like that, like Angie was telling me, block those thoughts. Don't even release that. So that's next level Zen fucking straight master shit right there. That's fucking next level. The furthest level is to never send the energy to people that you don't want to feel. And we do that. Like if your chick told you, hey, take the trash out, and it was a long ass day. You may be like, oh, I got you, babe. But But inside your head, you're like, fuck, bitch, you couldn't have took that motherfucker out your goddamn self? I've been doing this shit all day. You can't. That is misaligned thoughts with the outcome you want. Because you want her to know you love her at all times and you die for her. But here you are over the trash, just totally miscuing the energy and the thoughts you're putting out. She knows your subconscious thoughts. And even if you didn't have that thought, if the energy shifted, she's going to call you on it. That's all of life. I love you guys. Hope this breakdown worked for you. Anytime the video is too long, I tend to go off on other topics that are subconsciously in my mind. So whatever the fuck. And don't be one of these fucking weirdos who their goal is to get rises out of people. Like what I share online, it may just trigger people and they don't know how to deal with it. So that could be why they do that. But the whole point is I'm really speaking in a way that changed my life. And if you're someone who this form of speaking doesn't work for, which is just someone who's lacking accountability, then just skip the fuck off my shit. But the whole point is I'll never stop fucking speaking this way because this is what worked for me. I can never give a lesser form of energy, of thought, of action than what worked for me. I only know what worked for me.